On this side of the helicopter, we have an air duct that goes from up here down to this box that brings air into our carburetor. Another duct that's behind it, and this is for our cabin heat. How our cabin heat works is that we have another air duct on the other side, and air comes in, it goes around our exhaust and then through this duct into the cabin. We also have a carb heat scoop or shroud, which brings air around the exhaust system down into our carburetor for our carburetor heat. This is our carburetor air temperature gauge. This is going to show us the temperature of the air inside our carburetor. If we are in conditions conducive to carburetor icing, then we need to apply carburetor heat as necessary to either keep that gauge below the yellow or above the yellow. So if I'm in conditions conducive to carburetor heat and my carburetor temperature gauge is showing that my needle is in the yellow, I can engage the heat into my carburetor. If I don't need heat, I can also disengage the carburetor heat. Right here is our outside air temperature gauge. This is going to tell me the air temperature of the air outside my aircraft. I can read it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. I can switch it by flipping the switch. So right now it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit and 22 degrees Celsius. It's important to have an outside air temperature gauge because when the temperature gets closer to zero and I have visible moisture, I'm going to start to get structural icing on my aircraft. It is also important to have an outside air temperature gauge for performance calculations. This is a heated pitot tube. A heated pitot tube is found on some helicopters and is used during known icing conditions to help prevent icing. It can be turned on and off by a switch inside the cabin.